Time today, and also you do
every month I'm somebody different.
Right, I see that from your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be so proud of your work here. You're going to be prouder of this work than any TV show you have ever recorded.
See, he's a psychic. He knows.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh.
This is going to make you world famous. I mean, how many people do you know that have actually taken a picture of GrandDaddy Time? Nobody thought it was possible. It wasn't possible until today.
Oh, okay, I get it. All right. Yeah, you're right.
You want to see me? You want to see me scrying with the skull?
Yes.
Okay. That one didn't.
So even the replicas of the crystal skulls give spiritual power.
Right.
Very good.
Especially when they're pure like this.
Now why are those blank?
Because I have a special way to read them.
Oh.
Because I see my own pictures. When somebody's holding the card, I see their picture.
Ah.
Their special picture.
All right, go ahead and look at me. Yeah. Let me see what that one is.
You probably would like taking pictures of the dead legs better. You recognize it. That's a gangbanger thing. Now this is the signs of the times. I invented it.
It looks complicated.
I published it in my book that I wrote, $99.95 because of the chart that I put in it. This is nobody else has this but me and people who have bought it from me.
What does it tell you?
This is the signs of the chart, the signs of the times. It tells you what all the times mean. For example, this, I'm looking for the time. Here it is. Okay. The times of the day between 11 o'clock in the morning and at night, and 1 o'clock in the morning in the Chinese system is the hour of the rat, which is the same as Aries.
Okay.
Most astrologers, both Chinese and European, do not know that the rat is the same as Aries. The same qualities, the same traits, the same personality. So this column tells you what each hour means.
Oh, I didn't know there were. They broke it out by hours.
Yeah, the Chinese do. And then this is the months. This tells you what sign the month is. So we got the hours and the months. And this over here, this column tells you the signs of the numbers. For example, what day were you born on?
December 26th.
25?
26.
26? Okay. So 2 and 6 is 8. So the number of 8 is the same as Capricorn. So you have a Capricorn qualities and traits and personality because you're born on number 8 day. That makes you real good at money. It tells me that when you were this little, this little, you had money under your mattress.
I was yes.
I rest my case.
Yeah, I was very money. Yeah, my family would come and borrow money from me.
I rest my case, yeah, absolutely. That's because you're a number 8.
I stashed it.
Quite typical. So this is just the signs of the times. Now the Chinese years never start on January 1st. Never. They always start in January or February, but never the 1st of January. So this tells you when each year, the sign, for example, what year were you born?
In 57.
57? Okay, 1957. I'm looking over here now. This is the year column, 56, 57. In what month?
December.
December. Okay, so you're born in the year of Capricorn. Oh my God, you're a double Capricorn. It's amazing that you're not in financial advising.
I know, what a dumb move I made.
Yeah, you could be a trillionaire by now.
I'm telling you.
Whoa. Okay, so that's the year, but that year, 1957? Okay, started on January 31st. It did not start. If you're born before January 31st in 1957, you're not born in the year of the goat, or the rooster, excuse me, which is the same as Capricorn. You're born the one before.
Oh.
Okay. but you are within there.
Uh-huh.
Now, December what?
26th.
26th, right. December 17th. What sign are you?
Capricorn.
Okay. However.
Not really.
No.
No.
How you know not really?
I've heard that recently.
That's very good. See,
Yeah.
I don't use the signs.
Uh-huh.
I use the constellations. That's
Uh-huh.
what's on this board here. This
Uh-huh.
is the constellations, it's not the signs.
Mhm.
So, and by constellation, you're actually a Sagittarius.
I heard recently there was some articles that came out about
they
that.
changed, too.
Yeah.
So your Sagittarians are really, really,
Uh-oh.
yeah, no. I hesitate to use the phrase control freak.
Why, of course not.
But
Nothing like that.
he experienced that already today.
Well, you might have seen a bit of it.
Yeah, I know. You could be more.
Think how much money I must have saved if I'm a control freak and I've got all the Capricorn traits too.
Right. You deserve to be in control because you know what to do.
That's right. See, I deserve it.
Now, what day were you born on, young man?
7th.
7. Ah, 7. That may be why you're a little hesitant about being here, because it's very spiritual.
Oh.
You don't believe in God, you know God. And you have a close relationship to the God of your heart. Because you also...
He's playing it close to the vest here.
But you should understand more than anybody about psychicness because you're a psychic. You know things about people, places, and things before it happens. That's the number, of Pisces. So you're a Pisces by number, by day.
Number.
Yeah. Now, what month and day?
October 7th.
October 7th, okay. What sign are you?
Libra.
Okay. But you're not a Libra by constellation. You're a Virgo by constellation.
Virgo.
That may explain a lot. It makes you very practical. It makes you very organized. Now wait a
Not
minute.
so much.
Wait.
Hey, you're here on time. No.
Really? That's a typical example. And it also makes you an analyst. You analyze everything.
Right.
That I believe
Yes.
about him.
Everything. And also it makes you a bit of a loner because you don't like anybody to know you real well.
That's true.
He's very, very close.
It may be hard for you to say I love you because you think that if you tell somebody you love them, they're going to take advantage of you, and they're going to take advantage of your love and maybe misuse you or abuse you
Yes.
or leave you. So you prefer them to keep them guessing on that regard.
Yes.
You don't like fighting in public because you don't want people to know how you fight. Because when you fight, you don't play. You fight to end the fight. Not that you fight a lot, I'm not saying you do. What year were you born in?
72.
72? On the other hand, you do fight a lot. You are a fighter because you're born in the year of the rat, which is the same as Aries. So you are a warrior. You are a warrior. And by saying that, I mean you can fight with your fists, but you can also fight with your vocal cords.
He looks like he might be thinking that's true.
All right.
All right, you're out.
All right, warrior.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
And I'll see you around.
All right, now.
Okay. Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've been observing all along. I just haven't had my notebook out. Take me a minute.
Whew. Now.
He didn't want to believe.
Huh?
He didn't want to believe, but he started to believe. He started going, oh, yeah, okay, that's right.
That's good. Now, because control freaks crave honesty and truth,
That I do.
and rarely get it because people are afraid to tell people the truth.
Yes, they are.
But
But actually, I'm quite good at getting people to talk.
Ah,
I have, that's kind of the reputation I have in the office. If they've got a difficult interview that they need done, they'll call me to come do it.
does that not come from being a control freak?
Well, part of this because I'm going to come up with a way to make them talk.
Oh,
no
yeah.
matter what.
Oh yeah, you're going to be in control.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that.
No, you don't. That's what I tell every control freak, that you are real good at telling other people what to do, but you're not real good at being told what to do.
I do not like that at all.
No.
So, so when I called yesterday, you said that this is a very special year because of December 21st, 2012. So just tell me about that.
Okay, The galactic center, let me see if I'm getting it. Okay. The galactic center is here. Notice it says right here, the gate of God. And this is in Sagittarius, by the way. You're Sagittarius by constellation. So you're born in when you were born, the sun was in the constellation of Sagittarius. Now in 2012, when the sun goes into the constellation of Sagittarius, it's going to be, on the 21st, it'll be right at that gate. And here's what happens. It's called a galactic center. So you got the galactic center here. Then you got the sun here, right in front of it. And then you have the Earth right in front of it. So what you have then is you have the sun pulling the energy from the galactic center to Earth.
Okay.
Now we're already feeling and witnessing a lot of this energy. It's energy, because that's what all that everything is, boils down to energy. Okay. And I must say that this alignment only happens once every 25,000 years. And the reason is because of this. Every year the sun is in the constellation of Sagittarius, but during the month that I have in my thing here, I'll tell you exactly when that is, between December 17th and January 14th of every year. The sun is in this constellation of Sagittarius, but it's not in front of that gate exactly. It's not right there. It's usually above a little bit or below a little bit, but never directly in front of it, except every 25,000 years. Only one day in 25,000 years, and here it comes. So,
wow.
Now what you see happening around the world today is because of this alignment coming together. So, all of the flooding, all of the eruptions of the volcanoes, all the earthquakes, it will become more and more strong. Okay, what you see with the people in Egypt, rising up against inequality, you also are going to be seeing in the United States with the 99 percenters. As the alignment gets closer, more and more of the people will uprise to balance everything. Because right now, the monetary situation is totally out of balance. It's too much too much being shoved up to the top, and none is trickling down. Okay, so that's so that will be changing. In fact, you right now you see the people rising up against that. That's what's going on in Egypt. That's what's going on with the people on Wall Street.
Okay. Now you mentioned Tampa as one of the safe spots. Tell me about that.
There are God. Well, I don't know if we can use God. A lot of people don't like God. Okay, but I prefer calling God by a name that nobody's ever called God by. The creative source and owner of the entire cosmos. Of the entire cosmos, yeah, and everything in it. Okay, so knowing what's going to be happening here, the creative source has planted or placed or made safe places on the earth. Tampa is one of them. Virginia Beach, Virginia is another one. Believe it or not, Las Vegas, Nevada.
That's a tough one to believe.
And there are others. This is just 3 in the United States. These are the 3 primaries in the United States.
Is that why you're living here, or is that just coincidence?
You know what? Every day I thank God for, I thank my creative source. Every day I thank my creative source for allowing there to be safe places on earth and for allowing me to live in one of them. But you know what? When I first moved here, no, I didn't actually know much about the Galactic Center. I wasn't really truly into it. But what happened was I moved here for my wife, my first wife. We moved here. I moved here for her.
You said in 79?
Huh?
79?
Yeah, in December of 79. probably during Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is a lucky month for me. Anyway, so the choices that I had in my mind, I wanted to go to Las Vegas because I wanted to get into show business. But she had family here. She was older than me, and I wanted to bring her back to her family. So, so we moved here, and I have not become as rich and famous here as I would have in Las Vegas, but or anywhere else in the world probably. But I'm doing all right.
Now, what all do? You do tarot card readings with your own tarot cards?
I do tarot cards. Yes, I do tarot card readings with the regular tarot cards, and I also do them with my own. Mm-hmm. And what I like to do is I like to hand my cards, my blank ones, to people, have them shuffle it, and then hand me back the cards and select one, and then show it to me, and then I'll tell them what it is. Choose one, and we'll see if we can see a picture of you, even though you didn't shuffle.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Okay, hold it up.
Okay.
The other way. Okay. Okay, I see you. Listen
Okay.
to this. Here's what I see of you. You are a little puppy dog. You have such a sweet, loving, gentle, kind nature. Now you're a tough cookie. We already discussed that because of your birth date. But what I didn't know from your birth date is this personality that you have. You are a people pleaser. You love making people happy. You will go out of your way to help people, to do their jobs for them, for example. You'll give money to poor people because and anybody who comes to you, you don't like being told what to do. We already determined that. But this dog here is a strong dog. Mm-hmm. At the same time, a dog that is very sweet, loving, gentle, and kind, but a tough dog when you need to be.
Well, I can't beat that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Thank you.
So you see different. Are they the same as the tarot card faces, or are they ones that you have in your head? I mean, images.
It's one of you. It's of you. It's just totally personal.
Okay, that's cool. So you do that for parties or individuals as well? I mean, mostly.
Sometimes I'll do for individual readings. Sometimes I will use these because they want me to. But usually for parties, if I really want to astound people. But and especially if I'm hired more for entertainment than elucidation. Mm-hmm. But the tarot cards take so much time.
Do they?
This is primarily for private readings. They could take anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes.
Really?
If I usually give people a half-hour rate, and then try to stick to that.
Yeah. I've never had a tarot card reading, so I didn't know how long it would take to do. So, all right. But you do a lot of parties. What else do you do at as part of your job, or I don't even know what you would call it?
First of all, I work parties, but I also work conventions. I work home parties and office parties. Mm-hmm. Last week I was Santa Claus at Raymond James Stadium, for example. Then I also do private readings for people, but I don't push that. Only if somebody calls me and they know me, and if I know them and they want a special reading, I'll do that. Otherwise, I don't really push that. I would prefer to be hired for a party, and then I can tell people anything that they want to know. If somebody is throwing the party and they hire me, I always take my tarot cards, and if they want me to read people's tarot cards, I will. But I can only do a maximum of 4 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Now normally I can do, if I'm doing palm readings, I can do like 10 an hour, for example. So I do that as well. But my specialty is this chart that I invented, the Signs of the Times, where I can tell people about themselves as I did with you and your photographer, about based on basically the day and the year and the month, and tell you. You know what time of day you were born?
Yes, it was about 6:30 in the morning.
Okay, about 6:30 in the morning is probably enough for me, because It's right in the middle. Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. is the hour of Cancer. That tells me you're psychic also. You know things about people, places, things before it happened. But I nickname Cancer. Yeah, I want to show you here under my thumb.
Parents.
The parent. You
Yeah.
are the mama of the world.
Yeah, my kids call me the worry wart. I saw that underneath there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also name it the worry war. You worry about everything.
Yes. That is true. That is true.
So but that also gives you psychic ability, where you know things about people, places, things before it happened. You love, and here's why you couldn't stay in that business, because you cannot stand as a mama, as the mama of the world, to see anybody getting hurt or getting into trouble. You think it's the world's worst thing. One of my primary purposes on earth is to teach people like you the following. Nobody ever learns anything from the good times. The only time we learn is when we get hurt or getting into trouble. And the primary reason we're here on earth is to learn.
Well, that is true. My children would love to hear you say this to me, I'm quite sure. I may have to report back to them this is what you told me. Yeah. They think that, well, they believe it's because I work in a newspaper, and I hear all the bad things that can happen,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I just tell them what all you should not do. Don't do this, don't do that, be careful of this. And they roll their eyes, but they're, 18 and 20, so they still need help.
They need your watchful eye even more.
Yeah.
What you can tell them also, that I heard from somebody that I don't really like a lot or trust a lot, but when he said it, I knew he was right. Dr. On Channel 8, as a matter of fact, used to be. I don't know if he is. I think he still is. There was a doctor from the Oprah Winfrey show.
Oh, Dr. Oz?
No, I like him.
Phil? Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Phil said that nobody is an adult until their 22nd birthday. That's when the human brain finally finishes developing. And I knew immediately he was right. So I give him the credit he deserves for stating that publicly, and it's true. Up until 20, at 22, you got to let him go.
Yeah.
You got to say, whatever happens,
It's on them now.
Yeah. But up until 22, you got to keep your eye on them.
Yeah, well, good. I'll tell them that too. Yeah. All right.
Now,
anything else specific for Tampa? Like, I don't know if this would even be something that you go into, but like hurricanes, any like in 2012, anything likely to come here, or is it protected by being a safe?
if you'll think about it, look back. Now, I have been in Tampa since 1979. We've had hurricanes. But lately, hurricanes are happening all around us and never right here. So it seems to me that Tampa is even more protected now than when I first got here. And we haven't had that many hurricanes. But Tampa is even protected from the hurricanes. When they have a hurricane, I don't worry when they have a hurricane in the Gulf or anywhere. I don't worry about it too much because I realize the likelihood is it's not going to come here. Possible that it will, but the likelihood is it won't. So for 2012, I don't see us getting a hurricane here in 2012. And when I say that, I have to be a little reticent because I know there's going to be a lot of hurricanes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because of the year that it is.
Yeah. So we may get one or two, but nothing like what's going to happen around the world.
Okay. And the Bucks? You do any predictions on the Bucks?
The Bucks. I do have a prediction for the
Okay.
Bucks.
All right.
And I have advice for the Bucks. They need to hire somebody, a think tank type person, who is going to think and figure out new techniques, new moves in the game that nobody's ever thought of before, nobody's ever done. They need to come up with new tactics, is the word. I'm not saying anybody should be fired. I'm saying somebody should be hired.
Yeah, okay. Got it. All right.
Now, I do not see them going to the Super Bowl this year.
No.
But
for 2013, the 2012 team, not
for the 2012.
Right.
Right. But if they get a think tank type person in there to figure out some moves that nobody knows how to defend against, I could see them going to the Super Bowl and winning it the year after. And by the way, I must say this. Bob Haidt and Gail Sheeran interviewed me on television with my wife, my first wife. Shayna was her name. And my name at that time was Kayam, and they'll remember the names, but they won't remember what I look like.
Changed a little bit, have you?
Yeah, a little older, a little grayer, a little fatter. But Shayna Kayam, if they had us both on the show, and they asked us about the Super Bowl game, and I said, if you could give me the birth date of the team, when the team, you see, every person, place, thing, activity, and event has an inception or beginning time. Therefore, it has a birth date. Give me the team's birth date, and I can calculate for you. For example, and this is where I think is the real nitty-gritty of this whole conversation. This year coming up is the year of the dragon, and it starts 2012 on January 23rd.
Okay.
The dragon equates to and has the same traits as Leo. Now Leo is the sign of the king, so I expect that that there will be new kings. Like I'm thinking more like in England. I'm thinking that 2012 will be a year for that kid to take over the kingship.
Right. Gotcha.
But also, if you look at what I call Leo under my thumb. Teacher and loopholer. Yeah.
Interesting.
So this is a year of loopholes.
Okay.
Filling them and finding them and knowing them. It's a year of learning and teaching new teaching methods, like I said about the football. That's a new teaching method that I'm recommending there. But you're going to see new teaching methods all over the place. More efficient ones.
Would that affect the public schools, the Hillsborough County public schools?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And you will see more. Yes, there's two ways that I can tell you what kind of a year it's going to be. There are actually three, but let's start with two.
Okay.
Two. The year, the Chinese year is the dragon. That's Leo. Okay. It's going to be a year where rules and regulations are going to be changing because of loopholers. You know. So the rules are going to be changed to be more fair with people. A lot of loopholes that are available for the 1% are going to be closed. And a lot of loopholes are going to be given to the 99%ers who need them desperately.
We all like that. Okay.
And there's another way to figure it out. You take the 4 digits that comprise 2012. 2 plus 0 is still 2, but plus the 1 is 3, and plus 2 is 5. Okay. 5. So it's a number 5 year. Okay. So that's another way to figure out what kind of year it's going to be. Number 5 has 2 different kinds of personalities. It's either Gemini or Virgo. And a lot of times I find people who are born on a number 5 day have both traits. They're very Gemini and very Virgo. So they're talkative analysts.
Interesting. Okay.
So what we see now, because of that year, is a lot of analyzing going on. There's going to be a lot of, like I said, a lot of changes because of Leo is the loopholes are going to be changes. We're going to also, the sun rules Leo, so that's a lot of light. So a lot of secrets are going to be coming to the fore that people have never thought of and don't know about. Okay. But being a number 5, everything's going to be analyzed. There will be vast increases in knowledge, new inventions, yes, and new discoveries, yes. Medical field primarily, but also solar energy. So because it's ruled by the sun, dragon, and the sun is going to be influencing the world. Lots and lots of places will become more and more solar dependent rather than oil dependent.
Okay.
And a lot of inventions along those lines.
Okay. Good. Very good. Any predictions in politics in terms of, I know the Republican convention is here. I don't know if you go out on a limb with who might win, but anything interesting happening around that convention here in Tampa? I mean, anything surprising or I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going to go on record.
Okay.
This is really far out.
Okay.
Are you ready? I don't think
ready.
anybody's ready for this.
Okay.
I see something revolutionary occurring where you've got these people who are running for president, and none of them are going to be the Republican candidate.
Oh, okay.
I believe there's going to be a move at the convention to draft Jeb Bush.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Now, if that doesn't happen, I will be flabbergasted.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I like the boldness there. Very good.
That is bold. That's putting myself right out there, boy.
It certainly is. That is nothing you can come back and say, well, I really didn't mean exactly that, because it's out
No,
there.
no, I'm not going to say
Cool.
that.
Okay. We love it. I love it. This is just what I was looking for
Okay.
folks. Anything else that you can think of that might be interesting to people in Tampa or the area?
The solar energy is interesting.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't know if you've heard about the polar shifts, but the poles are shifting,
Okay.
and I believe that Tampa will end up in a more northerly direction. So we're going to be coming into a more temperate area where we will. I'm not going to say it's going to snow in 2012 in Tampa.
No, that would be a little far.
But it will be snowing in Tampa before go on a limb here.
Uh-huh.
I'd say within 3 years you will have snow in Florida, and I don't mean just a few flakes. We've seen a few flakes in
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah, we
I don't think we've even seen them in Tampa, a few flakes. I don't think so.
I can't remember
No,
seeing
but
that.
we will see snowfall in
Wow.
Tampa. Now, I don't
Okay.
think it's going to be in 2012. It may be in 2013, but absolutely in 2014.
Okay.
Talk about another limb.
Yeah, you're bold. Nothing else. You are bold.
That's why control freaks love me.
This is perfect for my story. Thank you.
Rest my case.
Awesome. I can't think of any other questions. Can you? Anything else that you can think of involving the area, or? I mean, I have plenty. This is fantastic. I really do appreciate it. It's perfect.
Let me.
Despite disparaging comments of the photographer, it's awesome. He can't help it though, can he?
You're right. You're right. Because none of us can tell our own things. No.
No.
No. But I'm trying to think about jobs.
Oh yeah, how about the economy here in Tampa? Are we going to have more jobs?
I believe
this year
that
or no?
I believe the economy in Tampa will improve. I hesitate to say it would be countrywide. I truly do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that it will be countrywide. Okay, I'll go on a limb. Yeah, it's going to improve in Tampa and in the country. It's going to improve a little bit,
Okay.
but I think it's going to improve more in Tampa
Okay.
than otherwise.
Okay.
I think a lot of the factories in China are real fed up with the way they're being treated over there, and I believe a lot of the factories in China will be coming back to the United States. For more reasons than one. Not just because of the way they're treated by the Chinese, but because this country needs those jobs that they're giving to the Chinese.
Yes, we do. Okay.
And like I said, it's more balancing. It's more loopholing. It's finding out things. So that's going to be helping. Grew up without a mother or a father. I could give you terminologies that I use on a daily basis, but it would not be good for me. For my
Okay.
career to use those terminologies.
All right. That's all right.
But, you know, the creative source is my mother and my father. And I asked the creative source when I was 7 years old to be my father because I didn't have one, and he was Jesus' father. I said, "You're a pretty darn good one. Please be mine." But as I grew up, as I got into my early teens, I was bullied a lot in school. I think people who are who do not have a family are the ones bullied in school. The ones who have families are the bullies, I think. and the ones who don't are the bullied victims. But at any rate, in order to evade the bullying, I started going to libraries, probably 12. Enoch Pratt Library in Baltimore, Maryland, was basically my primary home. And I started reading books there, and one of the first books that I picked up on was Greek mythology, Roman mythology, and you know, all those gods with a little g are they're all named after planets or vice versa. Okay, and then I picked up a book on Leonardo da Vinci, and so at 12 or 13, I'm going to say around there, I became interested in what I now term supernature. Because scientists study nature, but they are incapable of going deeper into supernature. And this is what all these things are. These are the astrology, the tarot cards. It all has to do with energy, and the creative source is energy, and we as offspring of the creative source are energies inhabiting a body. We're not body. Okay, so this is the kind of supernature that I study. I don't like the term supernatural because it has negative connotations.
It does. I figured that was the distinction because people have a whole idea of what that is.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Right.
But it's supernature sciences is what I'm a supernature scientist.
Okay.
In fact, I often like to say in fact, on the back of my book, okay, here's the book I wrote. Doesn't it say that I'm the Sir Isaac Newton of spiritual laws?
Spiritual laws.
And that's what supernature is, spiritual laws. I'm going to give you that book.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm going to autograph it too.
Okay, I'll take it. We're not supposed to take gifts, but I think it would be all right in this instance because I might need it for my research.
It is for your research, absolutely.
There you go. All right, well, I don't have to write that then.
Because that chart is here now, got to autograph it, right?
Need a pen?
I could use yours.
Donna. Just a reminder.
I told you you're psychic.
Yeah, you were trying to think, how can I ask her again without sounding...
That's right.
rude? I'll tell you what, I'm going to dig out one of my business cards, so... If you ever need me, you can... or have an idea for a story or something.
Yeah, I'm always coming up with ideas for stories. I have a really good one, the next one. But this is a special card. I ordered a lot of them. But this is a special card because due to this interview, it's perfect for this interview because it tells you when you take this back to the office, you'll need to get a microscope and read that writing on the back because it tells you each month the best times of the month to do certain things.
Actually, I can read it.
Really?
Wow. Influences communication and transportation.
It's good to be young.
Oh, not that young. No, well, you know my year of birth, so you know. I don't know. I just had good eyes.
Cool. Thank you.
So it matches the.
Also, as of today, you haven't seen my car today, right?
I haven't what?
Seen my car today?
I didn't look.
Okay, there's a new picture up there.
Oh, okay.
Of the Scarlet Buck, palm reader. Okay. But as soon as New Year's over, after New Year's, I'm going to have a new picture up there. It's called the Love Doc. And with that, I compare lovers and husbands and wives, and boyfriends and girlfriends, birthdays for compatibility.
Okay, can you do mine before I leave?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry to press you for more, but this is just fun.
Okay, give me your birthday total again.
Mine is December 26th.
December 26th.
1957.
6-7. And his?
1957.
5-7.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm 10 years older. Yeah, darn it.
Well, you don't look it, buddy.
Thank you. His is January 21st
21st,
of 1963.
63. Okay, let's compare.
Okay.
Now we know that 5/7, we're going to look it up anyway,
Okay.
is the Capricorn year. Okay, 1963. Ah, guess what?
What?
Ha! 1963 did not become the rabbit until January 24th,
Oh.
the
So,
next day. So he's the one before that. But we may have a little problem because he's
Uh-oh.
born on that day. Let's see. January 21st, January 20th. It is 2 days. It's 2 days, so the doctors are probably right on that. A lot of times the doctors don't fill out their birth certificate for months afterwards, and sometimes they make a mistake on the day. Okay.
that's okay. We get along fine. So
Okay.
we're not in any danger, so it won't tilt me over into a divorce if you say something negative.
Okay, good. Okay, 19, but he's born in the one before that, which is the Tiger. He's born in the year of the Tiger, which is the same as Gemini. He's born on a number 3 day, which is the same as Sagittarius, control freak. Okay.
Well, he's the assistant managing editor at the Tribune, so he runs the paper. So imagine me as a reporter and him as a...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta be very careful around work issues.
I'm going to have to be very careful with what I say here. Oh, my God. Okay. So you two fight for who's the boss at home.
Subtly. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, he pretty much concedes it to me.
Well, that's very clever of him.
Yes, it is. Very smart, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's born in the constellation of Capricorn and the day of Sagittarius, so he's also a money type person.
Yep.
Interesting. Interesting. How long have you been married?
21 years.
21 years. Now let's talk about this. This is what I advise everybody. For the first 3 years, did you two live alone with no children, no pets?
We had children a year after we were married, and within that second year of our marriage.
Well, I'm going to tell you something very weird.
Okay.
It's a miracle you two are married. It's a miracle you two are still married. It is a sheer miracle. Number one, if you don't wait the 3 years before living with somebody else, that's a requisite for successful marriages that stay together, that last. That's a requisite. So you still are married even after having a child within the first 3 years. That's a miracle by itself.
Okay, we're miraculous then.
But you're not compatible by year. You're not compatible by day. And you're not compatible by month.
That just shows that love can conquer anything.
Now,
right?
I tell you what, I think there was more than love involved here. I think it was God.
It was meant to be.
And I'll use that 3-letter word here.
Oh, that's funny.
Whoa, you two. It's amazing. It's amazing because I'm tempted to say, and I will say, that you two think differently in a lot of ways, and I'm going by the year only.
Uh-huh.
Okay, comparing the years,
Yeah.
So sometimes you want some silence. You want more silence than he does.
Yes.
Now you are a talker too, but your talk is different. Your talk is
Purposeful.
your talk is to accomplish things. When you get right down to it, you don't waste conversation. You don't use conversation just to use conversation. He oftentimes speaks just to be speaking.
Yes, you're correct. He does.
Yeah, and that bothers you a lot. So for you to have overcome that, see, now I'm going to tell you, you two have overcome great odds.
We didn't know it, but
I mean, this is incredible. I've never seen anybody this non-compatible be married that long.
and never have talked about divorce ever, and probably never will.
Oh, my
it's
God.
It's not. We do fine.
That is so cool. Did you meet in church?
No. No, but he has a strong religious background. He's the son of evangelical pastors, so which.
Well, that could explain it. That could explain that could explain why he is still with you. Now I want to know why you're still with him.
I think we have always said that we thought our intelligence was very similar. I mean, very similar. And,
because you're both control freaks, and you both have that Capricorn. You do have similarities in the way you think. Not compatible by month, not compatible by day, but similar.
Yeah.
And when you split it. I don't normally like to compare months with days, but when I do here, he's the day of the control freak. You're the month of the control freak. He's the month of Capricorn. You're the day of Capricorn. So you do have that Capricornian practicality.
Yeah. Yes. And that is something we've always said we're the most compatible when it comes to money that we've ever heard of.
Exactly.
We have identical spending habits, which is frugal. So.
And that's a big help, because what is the biggest arguments in couples?
Money. And we don't have that.
Yeah.
We're completely in sync.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
and also you both understand each other's need. You see, the control freak is a double-sided coin. On one side is control freaking, but on the other side is freedom freaking. You're a freedom freak for yourself.
Yeah.
So is he. And you understand that with each other and work with each other on that.
Right.
The understanding here is also a big factor in keeping you two together. And I will tell you this, that you two have had a very exciting life. And I'm not asking, I don't have to ask, I know it. It's been a lot of, I can see you, here's what I see with you and him, and I like a lot. Yes, you do have similarities in that, but what I also like about you two is you do talk about your problems. You talk them out.
Yeah,
You
we
talk
do.
them
Oh, we
through.
do.
And that's a big help. That's number 2 reason for divorce is a lack of
Oh,
communication.
we talk very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you've got 3 factors on your side that you think a lot in similarities. Well, I should say first of all that you got God on your side.
Have to have, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's amazing.
Well, I'll tell you that many people were surprised when we got together. They thought we were the most completely different people on earth. They were stunned. Which we kind of liked, you know. But,
And I'm stunned that you lasted this long.